Hi, everybody. My name is Lori Stoutenberg. I am the current CEO and founder of Toy Junkies. I used to work on Wall Street. I decided to retire in 2005, and I wanted to travel the world. Last year, I found myself attempting to ride the Pan American Highway, and I ended up getting stuck in Costa Rica because thanks to the pandemic, the borders were shut down. So I decided to leave my motorcycle in storage down there, and over the past year, I've rented it out. So when I flew back from Costa Rica, I decided to go up to Lake Tahoe with a friend of mine with his two daughters. And because of the pandemic, everything was shut down. The campgrounds were closed. Everything that was there that was available to rent was sold out with a 2-week waiting list. So I told him, well, shoot, let's just go buy something. Let's go buy a kayak or whatever. So we go to the store only to discover that everybody else had the same idea and the shelves were empty. And again, there was a several month waiting list where manufacturers are still struggling to keep up with the demand. So that night I went home and I said, don't worry, girls, I'm going to find something for rent. I scoured the internet only to discover after spending several hours, I came up empty. I couldn't find anything. And it dawned on me that there was a need for a peer-to-peer marketplace that would allow people like me to rent my toys to people like you. And plus, most toys, they're just too expensive. Not everybody can afford to have a UTV, a pontoon boat, and a jet ski. And most of those toys sit idle for most of the year. So we felt that it was worth solving because let's face it, the world is changing. The sharing economy, it's become a prominent and important part of our global economy. There's currently 86 million users with a projected market of 335 billion in the next few years. The US outdoor recreation economy alone was 459 billion in 2019. Plus, it provides goods and services available at a lower price, and there's an opportunity to generate income from underutilized toys for rent.
Hey, Larry, I want you to go through the next slide, too.
Sorry. Okay. Our solution, Toy Junkies, we want to revolutionize the market sharing economy. Renters, you can now book multiple products from multiple vendors with a one-cart transaction. Vendors, you can list a variety of rentals on one platform with a complete booking system and a dedicated storefront. You can also save money by not having to pay for hosting or web design or for your domain name year after year. You can also set your own rental requirements, and you can have the ability to share your link across all your social media platforms. Renters and vendors can also review each other. Our platform will offer the widest variety of adventure toys to rent, and we have the ability to scale as we grow, and we can add new product categories as we see fit. The rental demand of offering other people's assets for rent will be huge. Plus, our team has over 100 years experience in the rental outdoor adventure market. Let's see, revenue. There's obviously a lot of opportunity for revenue here. We've got 4 different monthly subscription programs, and based on the number of product listings, there's a scaling commission that it will entice you to bring more products to our platform. So the more products, the smaller the booking commission we charge. Plus, we'll make revenue based on insurance fees, featured listings, advertising placements, affiliate programs, locations, and through tour operators. Our go-to market strategy, Toy Junkies, we want to be the go-to platform for all adventure sports. We want to target the 25 to 55 age group. Plus, it's proven that most people, 68% of travelers, are known to book last-minute adventures. We want to target the Southwest region because California and Arizona generated 67 billion in the outdoor market last year. Plus, there's 260 million visitors projected in 2021. We're going to focus on social media and strategic partnerships, the steady growth and repeat business from our existing user base of vendors, affiliates, and consumers. We have an extensive team with a lot of experience. Between myself and Cher Paul and Michael, we've got over 100 years experience in the outdoor recreation market. I worked for 20 years. I graduated from Eastern Michigan with a degree in accounting. Cher's got over 25 years in brand strategy, product design, working for Sony, Kaiser, Sirius. Paul worked for Rockstar and PepsiCo, and Michael currently works for a rental company and has 20 years experience. We're looking to raise $750,000 to develop our go-to-market strategy. We plan to launch in January 2022. And we need to raise a little bit more capital to help us do that, do some marketing and sales, and hire key operational personnel.
So we got a question from Chelsea. Again, Chelsea.
Hi, Lori. Great presentation. I'm
thank you.
curious how the vendors are going to handle the logistics. So for example, with your motorcycle, how did you get the keys passed off, and how would that work in some of the other use cases?
Well, for the most part, and to begin with, each item will also have a geo-tracking location device. So when a user comes to, say, for example, we're going to launch in Phoenix. So when I come to Phoenix, I can click on the map and it will show me exactly where that item is. And we prefer, while we're still in development, that the actual owner of the motorcycle will meet with the user so they can verify their ID. And they can either choose to meet them at the house. And I personally rent on a platform, and that's generally what I do. I have people come to my house. That way we can meet each other. I can verify their ID. And then sometimes I get revenue also by renting additional products like helmets, gloves, jackets. But if somebody's uncomfortable with that, they can clearly pick their destination.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Other questions from our investor panelists? All right, Christina, we got a question. Go ahead, Christina.
Hi, Lori. Great presentation, and I definitely see the need for that. I would like to use them all. My question is, how are you thinking about the legal implications of insurance? If there's a problem, how are you going to navigate that?
Well, to start, we want to target those existing companies that already have their own commercial insurance in place. We are in negotiations with an insurance underwriter to be our exclusive underwriter as well. We also want to target an older age range. I hate to say it, but the 25 is probably going to be our minimum requirement. We also want to make sure that that person has a verified background of usage. We'll verify their license to make sure that they do have a cycle endorsement. And with the review system, obviously they're going to strive to have good reviews on our platform, because once you get one bad review, you're going to be removed from having any rentals from us. But we also have liability waivers that everybody will have to sign, one for Toy Junkies and also one for the vendor.
Awesome. Thanks. Any other questions for Lori? All right, who was I'm looking for the hand raised. All right, Justin, go ahead. Justin, call that.
Hey, Lori, great presentation. One question I have is, I've seen in the past, there have been a number of these rental marketplaces that for whatever reason haven't really taken off despite a lot of venture funding, Omni being kind of a notable one in the last few years. How do you think about, is there something around the kind of why now question that you feel like maybe wouldn't have worked several years ago, but is more likely to make this a successful outcome this time?
Well, yes, of course. And, looking back at pets.com, people didn't realize that you could buy dog food online, but now it's kind of become the norm. The market sharing economy is growing more and more, and people are becoming more and more friendly with it and comfortable, clearly renting out your house or renting out your car like on Turo. So, yes, there are a lot of other smaller platforms, but I believe with our given team and our connections and some of our cooperative partnerships, we have a pretty wide base of users already. We're working with a couple of YouTube bloggers who have a huge following. We're looking at launching another video platform on YouTube with this person. And we are directly connected with the Baja 1000 and the King of the Hammer market. So those are all, major off-roads. Plus, I'm heavily involved in the motorcycle industry nationwide and internationally. Being that I'm an international tour guide. So we've got a pretty broad base of following already. And, hopefully we end up like chewy.com instead of pets.com. I think it's time for Toy Junkies.
Awesome. Thanks, Lori. Thanks for the question. And just a reminder, I know some of the attendees have some questions, but for the time being, I'm going to leave that to our investor panelists. And then I will be forwarding all the information on all the companies, and you'll be able to reach out to them directly. So again, I think I'll take one more question. Jamie, is your hand still open? You want to ask a question, Jamie?
Yeah, thank you, Scott. Hey, Lori.
Hey, Jamie.
Quick question for you. You answered the insurance side, but what about servicing or mechanical side? Somebody rents a motorcycle or a couple of motorcycles from your ATVs, what have you, flat tire, floods the engine, mechanical misfire, whatever. How do you anticipate that getting handled from both the renter and the individual who is renting their equipment to said users?
So we will have a roadside service policy. In the event that somebody does get a flat tire or something breaks down, we'll have a tow service company available through the platform, offered for free. And I'm looking to partner with some type of a company that can offer certified reviews of that item, as well as discounts for future service on that same product.